What's up, guys? Welcome to SGH Real. This is Wrestling is Real Season 1, Episode 1. I am Kenny Powers.
I'm GL.
And we're here to talk about wrestling. We know a lot of our fans out there have been waiting for this moment for quite some time.
Yeah.
They have. We have a lot of wrestling fans out there. So, with that being said, we're going to dive right into it. One of the biggest things in wrestling right now is revolving all around Paige's injury.
Yeah. Look, man, it's unfortunate. It's just so weird how it happened, man. Like, she was on the road to redemption, and she was on the road to trying to succeed and get her
documentary was just finished.
Yep. Her documentary and a movie coming out about her life that The Rock produced.
Yeah, which is going to be incredible, I think.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate that it happened, and it happened so fast. And we obviously know the reason why, the spinal fusion.
Yeah, yeah, that's definitely a big thing. It's the same thing as we were talking about earlier, actually. Same thing that happened with Edge and ended his career. Because we all know we would have loved to see Edge wrestle for another 10 years.
He didn't want to retire.
No, he didn't want to. I mean, he was the WWE champion at the time.
Yep.
You know, it's hard to give up when you got the belt around your waist, you know?
Yeah.
It's definitely tough.
25, man. She's 25 years old.
Only 25.
And the WWE doctors are telling her, you can't wrestle anymore. You're done.
That's like, and no disrespect to Daniel Bryan in any way, but that's more heartbreaking than even Daniel Bryan.
Yeah, man. This is a company telling you your dream is done. Like, you made it this far, you're done.
But at the same point, does it have to go back to, like, her choice to get the spinal fusion?
Yeah, it does, man. The WWE doctors literally told her, do not get the surgery.
What were the options without getting the surgery?
Just keep on
recover,
wrestling.
Just keep on wrestling.
Yeah.
Basically wrestling on borrowed time.
Yeah. It's kind of like AJ Styles in a way. She's wrestling on borrowed time because of his lower back.
Yeah, and that's why he says there's a lot of speculation around him not wrestling for that much. Like, obviously, I'm not talking like he's going to be done in a year, but he won't be wrestling for that much longer because he wrestles in a very high flyer, technical kind of way.
For a long time,
and
too.
You know, like, I guarantee you, like, just to throw other names out there, like, if Jeff Hardy didn't feel like he could do a Swanton Bomb anymore, there's no way he's going to keep wrestling. And I think that's the same thing with AJ Styles. Is like, if he thinks that he can't hit the splash off the top rope, or if he can't do all those high flying acrobatics that make him who he is, then why wrestle? You know, and that's what kind of sucks with being that kind of wrestler. You know,
it does, man. Like, it's basically your body giving up on you.
Yeah. One other thing I want to touch base on is the heat around Sasha Banks.
Yeah.
There's a lot of heat on her right now for causing. Well, shouldn't say. Yes, okay, she caused the injury, but
social media is just brutal, man. Once you do something wrong, social media will literally pile your inbox, your DMs, saying you're the worst wrestler ever.
It's crazy. The amount of disrespect and just insane.
That kind of blame, and it makes you feel bad, even though you know you didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah.
So I'm sure Sasha feels, it sucks that I have fans that are disappointed in me. And
look at the Vaudevillains.
Yeah.
When the injury happened to Enzo, I mean, that team was literally disbanded and barely used after that point.
Yep.
You know, it's just something that happens when injuries happen to occur. The one thing too, last topic on Paige. Do you think that she's going to return?
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
Mostly because of history. Just think of history, like how they're treating Daniel Bryan right now.
Absolutely, that's a good point. Actually,
only one doctor said you can't wrestle. Out of like a bunch of doctors saying that you can still wrestle, you're good. There's nothing wrong.
That's a pretty, damn.
And the WWE is choosing that doctor. Like, yeah, listen to that one.
10 doctors said, yeah, you're good, and one doctor's like, no, you're not.
and
logic.
You see the way they're treating Daniel Bryan. So, I mean, Paige has it a little worse. She has spinal fusion. So, imagine how strict they're going to be with her.
Absolutely.
But there's rumors that she might just wrestle in the Indies.
I mean, at the end of the day, if you're gonna leave the WWE, you're definitely gonna go to the Indies and take care of business down there, as we've already seen from Emma. Emma her first indie show that sold out.
Yeah,
and she's not even a big name. You know, like she's
so imagine wrong,
she's a name, but like she's not a big name. But okay, we have to move on to the next topic here. We got. How do you feel about Bobby Lashley and EC3? Their contracts coming to an end. What do you think? Where do you think they're gonna go next? What do you think they're gonna do with their career?
It's crazy how Bobby Lashley, like, after he left WWE, right? Mm-hmm. You almost never heard of him. It's been a while since we've heard of Bobby Lashley.
Yeah, it's true. It's like when his name comes up, you're like, oh yeah, that guy.
That guy. And then a couple of years later, he debuts in TNA, and you're reminded how great he was.
He was an amazing wrestler.
Hands down, I think Bobby Lashley is the greatest athlete that WWE has ever had.
As far as being able to be a big man, but also be able to deliver like the technical wrestling. He was
Brock Lesnar and then some. That's how I describe it.
I get you. I can definitely agree with that for sure. The thing that I liked about Bobby Lashley was his intensity. At all times, the man just looked scary intense. Yep. He always looked like he was ready to deliver. He just wanted to fight. Like, he's a dude. There's just some wrestlers that if you saw them outside, just walking down the street, you'd be like, I'm not messing with that guy. And he's definitely one of those dudes.
And he's still, I think he's what, 40, 42 maybe?
Yeah, around there.
And he still looks like...
He still looks great. But,
so, I mean...
What about, how do you feel about EC3? With, do you think...
I can't personally wait for that one, man. I know you can't either.
Yeah, well, like, back in his NXT days, he definitely was rough around the edges. Yeah. But in ring, he was great.
Yeah. He had that look.
He did.
Kind of charisma, but he needed to get, like, used to the whole
thing. Yeah. I feel like he's definitely a well-oiled veteran at this point. Yeah. As far as he can come back and deliver. You know, like, I mean, look at Bray Wyatt's first attempt. You know, a lot of people fail at first. You know?
Another good example is Drew McIntyre.
Yeah,
look how he returned to NXT, and now he's like a whole different dude.
It's like he's literally beloved at this point, you know?
we saw him live. That was dope, you know? Yeah. In person, he's a scary
me and Aristocrat actually, father and son actually left that show. It was a house show, and they gave us front row seats. We walked right up to the front row. We sat down. We watched the main event. We were like, yo. It was definitely cool.
He's a big-ass dude,
he's
man.
Huge. And you know what? Until he walked around the ring at the end of the match, I didn't even realize how big he was. Like, you know?
I was like, like,
it's kind of like, what's funny is, like, when I saw Randy Orton walk through the hallways behind a Raw, big, I was like, wow, he's bigger than I thought. Yeah. But then, like, when I saw Roman Reigns, you think that guy's huge, but he's definitely, like, a smaller guy, like, comparative. Like, I don't know.
That's true, that's true.
Yeah, but definitely.
It'll be exciting, though, man. I can't wait.
Definitely. Do you think he stays with EC3, or do you think he goes back to his original name, Derrick Bateman?
That's a good question. I think he might go back to Derrick Bateman.
You think so? Yeah. I think he should stick with EC3 because that's him. That's his. That's property. Oh, it's property. Yeah, it's property.
Unless, I don't know about trademarks. So I don't know if like initials
that's a good point.
Are trademark or the whole name is trademark.
I mean, wow! I didn't even think about that. That's actually a really good angle to think about because, like, he could use the acronym just for the acronym.
Yeah.
You know, and WWE would just never be able to purchase the actual words that associated with the acronym.
That would be dope. I would support that.
Just before we move on to the one topic, because I'm a huge John Cena fan. For all you haters out there, I don't care. At the end of the day,
the biggest John Cena
the Great American Bash 07, Bobby Lashley and John Cena was an amazing match, and it was one of the first times we ever saw John Cena deliver the super FU, as it will forever be called by me.
Take on that.
I'm sorry, but you don't go from thugonomics to changing your FU to attitude adjustment. Like, I ain't cool with that, WWE. No. Okay, so we need to keep moving on with these topics. So the third topic we want to talk about was the female Royal Rumble.
It's crazy, man. Are you excited for that?
You know, I was downstairs with a few friends when all the women were in the ring, and when all the women were in the ring in Raw, I was kind of like, wow,
there's a lot of at first.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden, as soon as Stephanie McMahon's music hit, I looked at the pure person.
They were like kids, like when the mom comes home. They're just like,
they were like, And you know what's great is a lot of the wrestlers. I think only 2 of the wrestlers in the ring actually knew that they were out there for the announcement of the female Royal Rumble. Like everyone was surprised. It was crazy. And I think everyone kind of knew what was going to happen once Stephanie McMahon walked out.
It's just when reality hits, it's just like, oh,
like
shit.
The look on their faces is just incredible. And these women have done a lot to earn this spot and earn the right to be able to. Vince McMahon said last year that he wanted the next WrestleMania to have at the minimum a co-main event of a female superstar match,
man.
And that would just be incredible. But
See, like, my thing about the female Royal Rumble is, like, I don't want to be a downer, but, like, I feel like if you look back to the Money in the Bank women's one,
they blew it.
They blew it.
They blew it, yeah. and
I don't see a woman. I don't see a woman happening, like, going over the top rope.
You think that there's going to be some controversy with the end of the match? You think it's not going to end the way...
When in a female match, I don't mean any offense, because I love women wrestling.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, at this point right now, I think it's something we're most excited for.
Think of one women's match that happened in the last 3 weeks where women got tossed over the top rope. And it happens in every men's match, right?
Yeah.
It feels like it's spammed, right?
Yeah.
But it never happens in the women's match, right?
Yeah.
It just makes me kind of sketched out, like, is it going to be sloppy, the Royal Rumble itself?
Yeah.
The history itself is awesome.
Yeah.
But the match itself, is it going to be...
I definitely see your argument there, and I definitely see where your doubt comes in. But I think at the end of the day, we're just going to have to hope. I mean, WWE has one of the best performance centers known to man, and I definitely know that is not a common move for female wrestling. But you're right. You would think moving closer to the Royal Rumble date that we would see more women going over the top rope in
it's good practice. Like, what film?
All right.
We got to move on.
We got too many topics, not enough
20
time.
minutes.
So before the injury page, we definitely thought Paige was going to be a winner, and definitely now Asuka and Nia Jax seem to be the front runners for who everyone thinks is going to win. I know we definitely feel the same way as far as people who are announced right now. When it comes down though, there's a lot of people that are speculated to be moving up to the main roster at this point, or maybe not moving up to the main roster, but at least visiting. Some might move up, but visiting at least.
Eventually, I think after
some of the women that have been talked about were the Iconic Duo, and Ember Moon.
That makes the most sense.
There's some legends being talked about, like Trish Stratus and Beth Phoenix, and there's there is some talks of the Bella Twins also coming back, which would definitely be cool. But the biggest speculation around the entire match, and the one thing that I want to touch beyond before we go to the next topic, is Ronda Rousey. Now, there's 3 things I just want to ask really quick about this, and that's if Ronda Rousey comes back, will the crowd reaction be good?
I mean, oh man.
Do you think it's even gonna do you think fans are gonna kind of be like, or do you think they're gonna be like, yeah? Like, do you think she's gonna get like a Brock Lesnar reaction? Like, you know what I mean?
I think she's gonna get reactions for sure.
I definitely think so.
But I wonder if it's gonna be more of a Roman Reigns type reaction.
I think so too, like where she doesn't deserve it. Yeah. And that leads me into my second question, and that is how do you think the other women are gonna feel about Ronda Rousey coming back, and if they introduce her in the Royal Rumble and then have her win?
If there's even one woman in the roster who thinks that's a good idea,
you'll be shocked.
Yeah.
Definitely that. And the last thing is, if Ronda Rousey wins, how good would her WrestleMania main event match be? At this point, it's not a main event match by any means. It's just basically a match at WrestleMania because who knows with the order of the match card at WrestleMania nowadays.
She only trained for like a year.
That's exactly my point.
Like
how good is you really want her to be your cone?
Yeah, do you really want that?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think so, man.
Okay, with that being said, we do need to move on to the next topic, though, which is we were going to talk about Goldberg being inducted into the 2018 WWE Hall of Fame. His biggest accolade, obviously, is his 173-0 streak.
WCW.
Do you recall any? What's your biggest Goldberg moment from his streak? What's the one moment you remember?
Well, my favorite or the earliest memory?
No, not the earliest memory, just your favorite.
My favorite was the Elimination Chamber.
I was just about to say the same thing. So that absolutely, man, absolutely.
He dominated that.
Dude, it was like a one-man wrecking machine. It was Braun Strowman before Braun Strowman. Like, you know what I mean?
Yep.
It was definitely an interesting sight to see.
Just watching it live, you were just like, holy shit, Goldberg is going freaking ape shit.
You know, when
everyone.
He always gave me that feeling, but it was just the way he took over that match. Something about when Triple H...
He was scared as shit. Like, whenever Triple H was in front of Goldberg, he would just be like...
I swear, Goldberg is the only person that I ever saw Triple H straight, like, at least in character, just tremble around. like Triple H at all times was like, bitch made in front of Goldberg. Like, I don't, you know.
But yeah, man.
How did you feel, let's talk about his last ride. Let's talk about his return. Did you think they did it right? Did they do it wrong? What did you like? What did you dislike? Did you like the matches with Lesnar?
I mean, I feel like his match was like lackluster. But you were there live though, man. So maybe you had a different experience to that.
I was gonna let you talk first because obviously I went to WrestleMania and I'm a little hypey and stuff. But when I went to WrestleMania 33 last year, it was an incredible experience. Me being a big John Cena fan, I got to see John Cena propose. I got to see Undertaker's last match. In fact, I have a selfie taken with most of the SGH Real squad and Big Mike's father, who was actually there with us. A selfie picture taken once everything was being taken down with Undertaker's ring attire still in the middle of the ring, which was cool because we didn't even notice that until days later when it was brought about on social media. And then I looked at the photo and was like, wow, that's a cool photo to have.
That's crazy.
But... So to get back to the Goldberg Brock Lesnar match,
were they hyped?
Everyone was so hyped, and you know what? As much as everyone says it was a horrible match, I'm not even gonna lie. That match was literally finisher. It was
a video game, basically.
It was literally like watching a video game take over, and the crowd roared every single finisher. The whole crowd was hyped. Like, no matter, I'm sure that Aristocrat, Scotty B-Dog, and Big Mike would all agree with me in saying that as much as people were disappointed watching that match at home, that live venue was nuts during that moment. Dude, just thinking about WrestleMania 33 was great. If you've never gone to WrestleMania, I just have to say, dude, you have to go. Like,
oh yeah,
put it on your bucket list. If you're a wrestling fan, you need to go. If
it's not on your bucket list,
you need to hit everything.
Write it down.
It's worth it. The last thing that we're going to talk about today is Raw 25.
Oof, it's next week already, man.
Next week already.
I felt like the wait was long. They hyped it up for a long ass time, man. Like,
I was supposed to go live, but things didn't pan out. But it is what it is. I'm going to be excited to watch it at home.
It's in New York City, bro. It's like right there.
Yeah, but I'm already going to New York City for like 3 different things this year, so a fourth thing was just kind of like, too much money. But
the tickets.
There's a lot. Obviously, like one thing we talked about was the Bella Twins maybe being announced or not announced, but joining the Royal Rumble. But at Raw 25, it's most likely that they're going to return and announce, them being in the Rumble. There's also a lot of speculation. Obviously, Rock and Stone Cold are going to appear. We're expecting a stare down even between them. I've heard rumors about. But the one thing that I would love to touch on is that they're going to have a little reunion with DX, supposedly. And my man RLGO is the biggest HBK fan I've ever met.
Don't you love it when HBK lives on line, man? Every promo, every segment, he kills it. I just can't wait to see DX, but... The one thing I am interested is, are they going to have their pyro? Because pyro isn't allowed.
I have a feeling. Well, the thing is, pyro isn't allowed, but like pyro's going to be at WrestleMania.
But what they do at Raw 25
Raw 25 is going to be like a pay-per-view. Maybe that's why they chose Madison Square Garden, bigger venue.
I hope so, man, because that would be sad. A quiet ass freaking crowd chop. All you hear is the crowd, just like.
I'd be disappointed too if I see HBK come out. He does the kneel down. He puts his arms up, and you don't see the. Because I know when I used to make characters in all the old wrestling games, I always went with HBK.
It was always the longest.
Always loved that. There's also the WCW squad's going to return, where we're talking about Kevin Nash, Scott Hall, and Eric Bischoff.
So, that would be interesting, the NWO and DX segment.
Oh wow, I didn't even put that together until you said that just now. If they
that would be pretty dope. I would love that.
I'm not gonna lie, I would lose my mind. I would lose my mind if I saw DX and NWO go at it. That would definitely be really cool.
Hell yeah.
The one speculation that I'm most excited for.
What?
But I'm also like
Yeah.
They're rumoring to have Undertaker wrestle John Cena, which I know everyone just heard that and they're like, oh my God, John Cena and Undertaker. And you're looking at me now like, oh wait, you're a big John Cena fan. You're not super excited about this. But the thing is, this match should have happened years ago. Like this match should have happened before the streak was done. And I think John Cena should have lost. John Cena should have lost.
They waited to the last.
They waited till the last minute, and you know what? I respect Vince McMahon's decision as to not have, like, he could create 5-star matches with Cena and 5-star matches with Undertaker.
More matches.
And now, like, everyone was kind of wondering, what are you going to do with Undertaker if he's not officially retired? What are you going to do with John Cena if he's still around? So now he's kind of sitting there like, oh wow, I could actually make this work now and make money off of this. One thing I'm super excited about too is JR and the King.
Yeah, that's going to be dope.
Supposed to come back and commentate a match. How crazy would it be if they came out and commentated like DX versus NWO? That would be like crazy.
Yo, that would bring back 90s vibes, lose my mind. But are they going to replace the whole commentary team of Corey Graves and like? I
think just for one match.
For one match.
I think just for one match.
I was gonna say, imagine one half and the second half.
Yeah, that would definitely be cool if they did it that way. Okay, so me and you could talk for hours about all of this stuff.
Hell really yeah, man.
But we're out of time right now, and the one final thing that we wanted to touch on was we got the match card from the original Raw. The first episode of Raw featured a lot of legends. Vince McMahon, Razor Ramon. The debut of Lex Luger was announced. You saw Yokozuna defeat Koko Beware. You saw the Steiner brothers defeat the Executioners. You saw Shawn Michaels defeat Max Moon to retain the Intercontinental Championship.
Hey!
And you saw The Undertaker defeat Damian Demento. And the dark match was Crush defeating Bam Bam Bigelow by disqualification. Which, for some reason, that shocked me the most. I don't know why. But
that's a crazy card, though.
It is a crazy card when you look at it right now.
Yeah.
You know?
But back then, people weren't like taking serious. Like, oh, is Raw going to be like corny? Is it going to be real wrestling?
Then they had no idea Raw is War is coming. They had no idea what they were in for. But with that being said,
none.
With that being said, I'm Kenny Powers.
I'm RGL. Thank you guys for joining us.
Thank you for tuning in.
Season 1.
The debut, the pilot episode. We will be back with the second episode soon. Thank you. Y'all be safe.